Hey, Screaming Geek Media here. I'm Jerry the Geek. Today we're going to talk about the Howling on 4K. But before we dive in, let's if you like physical media, 4Ks, Blu-rays, DVDs, if you like home theater, just movies in general, please check out my other videos on my channel. I do all kinds of things, the unboxings, reviews, custom covers, and different discussions. So please check those out. Like and subscribe, and turn your bell notifications on. So let's talk about the Howling on 4K. Classic horror movie from 1981, starring Dee Wallace, Patrick McNee, Dennis Dugan, Christopher Stone, and we also have Slim Pickens in it for a little bit. Plays a sheriff. Also, the movie was directed by Joe Dante. One of the all-time great werewolf movies. But unfortunately, this falls into a category for me as being an older movie. That doesn't age well. I mean, I remember this being one of my favorite horror movies back in the day. The werewolves. But watching it now, it just doesn't hold up after all these years. It's kind of boring. Not a lot happens throughout most of the movie until later on. And yeah, not as enjoyable now as it was, 40 years ago. What does hold up is the effects, the practical effects of the transformations. Those still look pretty damn good after all these years, even with the 4K, bring out the more of the details and everything. So that still holds up pretty good in my opinion. Now this 4K release comes from a Scream Factory, Shot Factory. It came out earlier this year. Originally filmed in 35mm, finished the 4K digital intermediate. It's got the HDR10 and has Dolby Vision. The movie looks spectacular. They did a phenomenal job with this. The nighttime scenes are very well done. Everything's, even though it's dark, it's got a deeper contrast and everything looks a little bit more rich. Everything, you can see stuff. In the beginning, when Dee Wallace, her character, she plays a news report anchor, and she's walking the street. She's got like this purple blouse, and it really kind of stands out in the night. The campfire scene later on, another scene being at night, and you get the light from the fire and the moon. So very well done there. The clothing textures, the sweaters, leather coats. You can just see all the little details. The sheriff's hats, the Slim Pickens he plays. There's a scene where you can, when the angle of his, you can see the underneath of his hat, and you just see all the textures of that and the details. The blacks are nice and solid throughout. There's a scene where you see a couple of nuns, and the black and white contrast there just pops off the screen. Very solid. So very well done here as usual. When it comes to Shot Factory, they do a hell of a job when it comes to restoring these things for 4K. Now, as far as Blu-ray comparison, I've never owned this on Blu-ray before. I'm sure the old Blu-rays probably look like shit compared to what this is. So where the Blu-ray here is actually, their new scans is used on it as well. The Blu-ray here looks phenomenal. Your only slight differences, your 4K gives you a little bit more detail, a little bit more depth, as you would expect. Color timing a little bit different, it's not too much, but definitely a really nice uptick in the 4K. So check out the screenshots comparing the 4K with the Blu-ray from this set. And like I said, not a whole lot of difference. And we'll come back, we'll talk about the audio, packaging, and bonus. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. for the audio, they gave us a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 and the original 2.0 track. I toggled between the two throughout the movie, and both of them, clear dialogue, everything is very well rendered, nice clear sound stage, well balanced. You know, the 5.1 track just gives you a little bit more ambience, nothing really happens, you know, nothing really going around you, but some of the forest scenes is pretty nice. You know, either way, it's you can be up to your preference if you want the 5.1 or the original. But either way, both tracks are, you know, done very well, and you won't be disappointed. Now for the packaging, they gave us a little slipcover and standard keep case, original artwork, different artwork for the Blu-ray and the 4K. I checked, there was no reversible cover art, where sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Now for the bonus, we have quite a bit. We got audio commentary with director Joe Dante and actors Dee Wallace, Christopher Stone, and Robert Picardo. I also have another commentary by author Gary Bradner. We have Fun Fur Film, which is an interview with Dee Wallace. Howling's Eternal, an interview with the executive producer Stephen A. Lane. Cut to Shreds, an interview with editor Mark Goldblatt. And we have interviews with co-writer Terrace H. Winkless and stop-motion animator David Allen. Unleashing the Beast, the making of the Howling. Vintage featurettes. Making a monster movie, Inside the Howling. Deleted scenes with optional commentary. Outtakes. Horror's Hallowed Grounds, a look at the film's original locations. Theatrical trailer, Trailers from Hell, and still gallery. None of those are listed as being new, so I'm thinking that is all from the previous, you know, it's all ported over from previous Blu-ray releases. But still quite a bit there to keep you entertained. So another great solid release from Scream Factory. You know, awesome video and their audio. Unfortunately, being Scream Factory, you know, their prices are always high. I got this through the Shocktober sale they had. Other than that, you're going to pay probably $25 to $27. Definitely look for some deals, you know, shop around. But I do definitely, you know, if you enjoy this movie, I highly recommend picking this up for your collection. So that pretty much does it for my look on the Howling 4K. Please check out my other videos on my channel. Like and subscribe and turn your bell notifications on. And we'll see you again. Geek out.